Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. I had to think about what intro I was going to sit there and talk about, or, Tim. Dante saves the day from General Hospital. You know, I have a lot of questions about today's episode of General Hospital. Like, when did Ava decide to just hang back, yell and scream, not bother to pick up a rock or anything like that? Just stand there pretty much like the damsel in distress. When did that make sense? We're going to get into all of it. GH days, why not? Bold and beautiful, and I feel like I'm missing something, but we're going to get into it. So we're going to do some roll calls real quick and start the live stream. Start the show. Spy Quakes in the chat. What's good, my friend? The amazing, gorgeous, sexy Queen Janet is in the chat. What's good? Well, I am very, very, very happy to have you here, Janet. Melly Mama Horror Queen is in the chat. Christopher's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Lashanta's in the chat. How's it going? Laura B is in the chat. How you doing tonight? As you are coming in, make sure that you do hit the like button because it really does actually help. Keeps me in the algorithm. Really does. As I know you would, Mel. We're gonna get into that as well. We're gonna get into that as well. I find it really interesting, Janet, that Lee couldn't even come up with a good reason of why she kept Finn from his cousin. No reason. Like she really can even, she kept stalling. Spike Quick said my expectation was not even close yet. Spike Quick, you do realize it's a soap opera, right? You say that your expectations, where was your expectations actually at? I think that's the question that you need to sit there and really look into. Jenna said, yeah, really strange about Lee. It just, I don't understand. She couldn't even come up with a good reason why. He was like, why is this friction going on? She was just like, oh, let it go. Concentrate on your family. That is his family. What are you talking about? What's good, Queen? Thank you for joining tonight. It is always good to sit there and see you. It's always a pleasure and a blessing. Grams. Yeah, that's not the same Ava that stack, right? Exactly. See? Mike Quick says, I thought this fight was going to be a good fight. Mike Quick, again, this is a soap opera. Let's put it this way, Spike Quick. Their specialty is not fight coordination. Their specialty is not fight coordination. If you was looking for like good actual hand-to-hand combat, you're not getting it from a soap opera. You're just not. So you should really actually had your expectations a lot lower. What's good, Denise? Thank you for joining. Thank you. It's good to sit there and see you. Why is this taking so? Starts again. Holy sh! My phone is just trying to piss me off. Lashanti said that Spinelli told Dante where to go. He saved it. Oh, either way, he saved the day. Bucker says Albert unknown. Nathan didn't expect it was good, but he made it seem like this was going to be good. Why? I think you can probably explain it better than I could. I'll say that much. They don't let him have the freedom to. Exactly. There you go. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting this fight quick. It's so good to sit there and see you. Val says, I know that it was Tucker being. You did. I'm glad you didn't say anything though, because I'm glad you didn't spoil that. I'm glad you didn't say anything though, because. We can take this off. The Shanta says, I see Brooke knows how far to go, Reg. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, obviously, Kyrie's the one and only. Kyrie's is in the chat. Kyrie's, you're probably not going to be happy with me. Autumn say, however, I think both Michael and Nina's secret should come out and let the chips fall. I feel like that's going to wind up happening. Like Nina's going to sit there and blackmail Michael, and they're going to be at a standstill. Cherry ice cream's in the chat. How have you been? I got to get ice cream one day. I do. I got to get it back. It's been kind of cold, and then I see you, and I'm like, I kind of want some ice cream, and then it just kind of comes and goes. But every time I see you, I want to get ice cream now. Denise says, "Oh, this is going to be so good." Michael holding the tea about Nina, but Denise, you guys sit there and think, what you call it? What if Nina knows about? What if Nina finds out about what Michael done? Curry says, why am I not going to be happy with you? Oh no, I was just there talking about the whole Ava thing. I was just talking about the Ava thing because I'm just like Ava. Ava. Even Graham's was like, um, that's not the Ava that we came to know. You know, I'm like Ava. I get your hands are tied, but you could have picked up a rock and did something. You literally sat there behind the car talking about, no, don't do it. Don't throw him off of the edge. Ava, you want to sit there and pick up a rock or something like that? Help your boy out? Like, poor Dex, he can't even be the hero. Well, to be fair, in an actual fight between Dex and Mason, I don't see that going Dex's way. If we stopped and think about it, maybe that's why Dex actually tackled him to the ground. Because in a standing position, Dex is at a disadvantage between the reach that Mason has and probably the strength level. It would have made more sense for him to sit there and try to fight him on the ground. Just my guess. And he says, "You're right. I almost forgot about that." Says, "Yeah, it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute." Autumn says, "Oh, what if Nina finds out what Michael did and says that if he's going, is that like I said, Sonny will forgive both." But Autumn, will Sonny forgive Dex? Will Sonny literally forgive Dex? And I read she can't. But Kyrie's, come on. Come on, you tell me, Kyrie, you sneak to tell me that there were no rocks that she couldn't have sat there and found. What's good, Double C? I'm sorry, I can't give her that pass. I can't. She could have found a rock or something. Well, Mel, I'm just looking at it. I was like, Mel, I think Ava actually probably regrets doing that. I think Ava actually regrets leaving the mob at this point. Because now she's in there getting ordered around by Clyde Weston. Like, really? Exactly, Double C. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. And Graham says ISIJS. I don't know what that means. Ava always has before she might as well be Liz at this point. Christopher said I love the collab with Nikisha last night. Yes. Thank you, Christopher. No, Nikisha's the go. Nikisha's the go. That woman is smart, beautiful, intelligent, and it was awesome to sit there and have her on the live stream. Lashanta says Austin's a coward. Yeah, I agree with that. Alicia's in the chat. What's good? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Everyone's saying Mason didn't want to hurt Ava. Yeah, he did. Yeah, and oh my goodness, I just I need a drink. Just thinking about, just thinking about, just thinking about. WC says I don't like how they watered down Ava. Thank you. Artemis said, but I don't like the fact that Michael is acting all high and mighty when he basically tried to do the same thing. So Michael shouldn't be so quick to judge, even though he stopped at the last minute. And I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I thought they were interesting, LaShawn. It's really crazy that they were married in real life. I'm just, oh. Okay, Grims. According to somebody, I'm a boomer. So sometimes that stuff kind of just goes over my head. But yes, no, you're 100% correct, Grams. Yeah, I actually did like those scenes. Speak of the effing devil. It's Kojak himself. Let's everyone say what's up, Nathaniel. Let's say what's up, Nathaniel. Oh my lord. I had questions. I had so much questions that I need a drink. That's how much questions I have. Exactly, Lisa, Mr. Lollipop. Harry says that ball bastard lucky he only got shot in the back. Kristoff, I knew you were be here tonight. Nathaniel says, love you too, Kyrie's. Alicia said, got your ass kicked today. Actually, to be fair, he actually had the upper hand. To be fair, Alicia, he actually had the upper hand. He was the one that was strangling Dex and was about to literally sit there and throw him off the cliff. While Ava sat there and yelled and screamed and did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I would just make this say I said the same thing. And I know. She had her hands tied. She could have picked up a rock. Give me that. Crystal says, in fact, I came on just to see if you appeared. CK said, why did Mason try to kill Ava? Especially after what you call Crystal says Ava's hands were zip tied. But they weren't zip tied enough to sit there and pick up a rock. She could have picked up a rock. She could have did some, I need a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. Let's hurry up and finish this up. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this over tonight. The thing says to see if I appreciated it. Dex got his ass handed to him. Sonny should have hired Mason. Damn. Autumn says, but I did read a spoiler that Sonny is going to find out what Michael did and be mad about it. Do you think Sonny will understand why Michael did what he did because Michael was pissed? Maybe. I don't know how he's going to feel about what you're going down. I don't know how he's going to sit there and feel about what's good, Jackie P. I don't know how he's going to feel about Dex. I mean, Michael might be his son, but Dex is hired help at best. Ambassador Sam, what's good? Uh, find one. Do something other than sit there yelling and screaming. That's what I'm saying, Kyrie. Crystal says Mason's going to survive for no W. Denise says, I agree, Albert. I think because it's so obvious to pick up a rock and Ava didn't do it drives us crazy. Yes. To see what? What? Jonathan's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jay Blue is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Oh, there you are. You know what? Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Glad to see you as well, my friend. I'm glad to see you as well, Bachelor Sam. Actually tell you the truth, man, I was actually surprised that he did hire. Um, I'm surprised he did actually hire. Oh, who's Philip? Logan says hi, Philip. There's a Philip in the chat that I don't know about. But yeah, no. Actually, tell you the truth, I'm surprised he did hire him. Johnson says, "Well, Harrison's going to be a cop, but I wonder for how long since it was mentioned that Steve." Ooh, be interesting. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Because I blocked that scene. Lobby says, yes, Albert Phillip 555. Where's Phillip 555 then? Okay, let's we're about to get lit tonight. So I what in the hell? Think about choice. Think about Trump in my ass. Where and Darby's in the chat was good, Darby. The one, the only. Alright, I gotta do something. I'm not ignoring anyone, I promise. I didn't do it in the beginning. And Mary, do I know you? Oh, Carrie. There we go. Philip. Okay, there we go. I was like, where are you? How you doing, Philip? Search Chanel spent 28 months in, or should he return? Seriously, I'm not ignoring anyone. I just want to, and that's a swap for Talia. Thank you, Lord B. Thank you. Yes, make sure you are hitting the like button. We got 36 people in the chat. I have no idea how many likes we have, but it really does actually help. Alicia actually like Brady Josh today with Avery. Should have did this before, and oh, that's taken care of. Sorry about that, everyone. Lashanta says, "Be gone, Talia. Why Jade is coddling her." See, my whole thing with Talia is that I'm cool with her leaving. I'm so okay with her leaving. I really am. I'm so sick and tired of her crying every time. Like somebody talks to her just a little bit harshly, and she starts to fold into tears. What's good, Justin? Thank you for joining, and thank you for joining us tonight. Sorry if I missed you before. Sorry for missing comments, but I had to sit there and check on something. Well, I had to sit there and get a link. So if anybody wants to sit there and join the membership, that is up in the pinned comment. We're at 74 members. 74 goddamn members. Alicia, it was really Michael's plan. Dex is to hire it help. That's not what I'm saying. Because he's to hire help, he's expendable. Okay? If Sonny finds out, it's a wrap. I'm gonna put it this way. It's a wrap. Oh, tomorrow and Thursday. Okay. Krista Carey, your comment made no sense to me. What is Krista's comment? Now ZK, okay. I don't understand why Mason left left field on it. Yeah, yeah, that didn't really make a lot of sense to me either. It's clearly okay. So, oh no, it's no J Blue. It's a wrap for it's a wrap for Dex when Sonny finds out. When Sonny finds out, it's a wrap for Dex. As far as him being brung in to take down Sonny. The things that they said to see if I would appreciate it then being here like I know them. Yeah, I didn't really understand. Yeah, I don't understand that either. Jay Blue says Mason was fed up. I mean, getting yelled at by Ava all night. I can see getting. Here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. Nathan says yes, the dialogue in the car was strange. I agree, but we tried to do it the best we could. No, y'all delivered the lines fine. The delivering the lines was fine. CK's fed up with what? I guess the situation maybe with Ava and dealing with Cyrus pressuring him. Johnson says Bell mentioned that she was sticking around in Salem, so maybe they either leave later or could actually recast. I'm cool with recasting. I'm cool with recasting. Normally I'm not, but it was good. Lionheart. Lionheart says, "What's up? We can thank Dante for saving the day." Cyrus Hartley takes out Mason at the ER. He is a liability now to his gang. And Daniel says, "But if you want to go live with Kyrie's, me, we can do it." Hey, I'm down. I am down. You know me. I am down. Guys, if you want to come through, I will send you the link. I love when my phone just like takes forever to do anything. It's always so fun to me. Here we go. All right, I'll send it to you right now. Queen the Case is in the chat.
What's up, buddy?
What's good?
Oh, everything. I still got to see the episode to see how they cut it, but I'm happy. I'm happy if it came out the way we tried.
You do your thing.
It was interesting. I'm just waiting to see Kyrie's because now he understands what I mean by when she was stuck in the car.
And speak of the devil, it's Kyrie's. And thank you, Ambassador Sam. Thank you so much.
What's
Oh
up,
my
buddy? What's
I'll
up,
be
man?
the devil.
What's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm real good
I
that
think
Mason got
I
shot.
think I think I will be off the show month max. Give it like a month. I think my run is done. But it still isn't going to end like everybody thinks. But what I know so far, logically, I should be gone. Unless they're going to bring back the old Ava, which would be cool because then maybe Ava will get me.
Ooh, I would love to see that.
I'm not gonna lie. You see, now I can talk about this now that you've seen it. When I found out I was going to get shot, this was 3 weeks before we shot it, and the first thing out of my mouth was like, "Is Ava gonna do it? That would be cool. Like, let Mara do it, right? Then she gets to be the old Ava." And they're like, "I'm not gonna tell you." I didn't find out until the day that I get shot by the cops. I was like, "Okay, interesting." I thought the same thing about The Rock, but I could tell you why they didn't have her hit me with a rock. Because that rock is foam. If they picked it up, it would have looked so. They couldn't pick up the rock. They couldn't pick up that rock. I'm sure they could have got another prop rock, but that was the only rock we had. Funniest thing is kicking Dex off of me to hit the rock. When they didn't have it on camera, boom, I nailed him and he went right into it. And then on camera, he missed the rock like 4 times. We just kept having to move. We kept sliding down the hill because it was wet. So we just kept moving closer to the car. So we'd have to move up and then do it again and finally get the position. We finally got it though. But it was a bitch trying to get Dex's head to hit that rock. It was fun though. So go ahead. Did you like Mara's fighting me to try to stay in the car?
Always.
Of course. Of course. I mean,
No, the main goal was to make it look as real as possible. So Mara, I removed her from that car. She was fighting with everything she could. I was like, let's make it look real. And the stunt guy was there, and he was like, well, Mara's like, Nathan won't hurt me. And I was like, I'm not gonna hurt her. I'm not gonna grab her by her hair, but I'll get you out the car. And we got her out of the car. I spun her around, and then she was like, whoa, that was fast. It was funny. She's really light. Mara's very light.
and she's gorgeous.
Oh, I love Mara. Honestly, I go lie. Every scene I've ever done with her is always a lesson because that woman is like Dominique Dawes on the beam. Like she can't deliver a line bad. Every time she does a line, it's like exactly the way it's supposed to sound.
Of course.
I absolutely love Mara. So did you like the episode though?
I loved the episode. That was some good TV watching.
You just like watching me get shot.
Yeah, I need to save that for years and years and years to come now. So
Oh, thanks.
time.
Thanks.
Only thing that would have been better if back in the day, if Betty was the one that was shot as well, just like that.
Yeah, I mean,
That was
I was like, you think about all the opportunities, right? Like Ava could have shoved her off the parapet.
exactly.
I could have got cracked in the head with a bat. It's like, but no, for example, to answer Spiderquake, all I knew I could do was to just do a better fight scene than the bar. But me and Evan wanted to do a fight. But because we had shot episodes that are going to come before that, we couldn't have a fight because there was no marks on my face or Dex's face. So
Okay.
because it was shot out of order, they were limited on what they could allow us to do. So they wanted us to just wrestle around on the ground. And we were both like, no. So they, like the shot in the rearview mirror, that was my idea. I went full psycho in the car because the showrunner was like, go crazy. So I went crazy. I was like, well, then that's how we're going to do the scene. And when me and Dex choreographed it, like I blocked that whole thing out. But Dex didn't know I was going to drag him up the cliff and choke the shit out of him. He didn't know that. I just said, when I tackle you, do not worry about it. Just, I got this. And I drug him up there and just did it. And just keep rolling. It was funny. It was a good scene. I like that scene. I want it to look the way I know that they shot it. And if it does, I'm going to actually get that for my reel. And then I'll be happy. So when I'm off the show, I actually had a scene I liked.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good episode. So I love that part. There was things obviously talked about that was a little kind of off brand, but whatever. But you did your thing, so
It's
I
going to
think
get
that's.
weirder. All I'm going to tell you is it's going to get weirder when the next scene, the next time you see me.
Oh wow.
Because it's going to, I'll put it like this. This is what I'll tell you. This is what I believe. There was one writer that had one idea, another writer that had a different idea. And somebody had an overall concept, because when this is all done and I can break it down without giving anything away, what was originally supposed to go down that I was told is not what we did. But the original idea was something else. But we got halfway through that and went in a different direction. But I believe one writer has me throwing Ava off the cliff for one reason, and a different writer had a different reason. And the next scene is written by the writer with the original idea, and the writer of that scene had the I'm hitting on Ava idea, because the two don't exactly go together. That's all I can say without giving it away.
Nikisha asks, are you filming the original writer material yet?
Yeah, we have the original writers back now. The writer's strike is over. But we okay, okay. What was covered in the episode, because I haven't seen it. I know that you guys would have seen that Cyrus told me to let her go. Okay, this is what I'll tell you. From the original story, somebody wanted to redeem Mason, but episodes were changed and certain things have been aired not in the original order, but in the rewrite order. That's what I'll tell you. Because the way I understood it was the cliff scene was supposed to happen before the basement scene.
Okay.
Me deciding to kill Ava was one writer's idea. Me deciding not to kill Ava, I think, was somebody else's idea. They went with the prior.
Yeah.
So not killing Ava would align with Mason having a crush on Ava. Me throwing Ava off the cliff goes along with a different storyline, but because they mixed the two, we got a third version. I'll explain it all when I'm finally off the show, and it'll make sense.
Okay.
I can't explain any more than that.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's why if you think about it, the dialogue, it's like we spent a year having the same conversation about the boss, and now it feels like episodes are skipped. You know what I mean? In this storyline, do you get that vibe, Kyrie's? Like it feels like we missed scenes.
Yeah, it
You
just
know what I mean? Like when did Mason like Ava? When did that happen? When when did he have an entire monologue as to why did I drive to a cliff before I got the instructions on what I was going to do? Because if I was already going to kill her, why did I need instructions? Wouldn't
Yeah.
I have just gotten the phone call in the basement and then made the decision? Think about it. Why did I drive her out there in the first place? There was no
Yeah.
scene that said put her in a car and take her to the place, right?
It's like he already thought about killing her even before he got the call.
Right. Or I was told to take her up there, but they never put that in the show. So when I was like, I'm at the cliff, why are we at the cliff? Me and Maura both are like, this escalated quickly. And then we read the script and we are like, okay, wait a minute, what? So, all right, that's what's going on. So we got it. Cool, we'll do that. But then when we thought about it later, when me and Maura were running in the green room, we were like, how did we get here to the cliff? Why are we here? I don't know. And to answer the question in there, is that the same cliff that Ned fell off of? Yes, because I believe they only have one cliff as a set. So that would be the same cliff they've always used.
Hmm. Yeah, it makes sense.
Here's the thing, though, that we all thought was weird. That's Mason's car. I was imagining it'd be like an El Camino or something. You know what I mean? Or like a pickup truck. I was like, I got a pretty nice car. I can't buy clothes for shit, but I got a decent car.
Yeah, I guess that's a trade-off.
What's that, man?
I said, hey, priorities. And Mason must have some priorities. He values that car. He wants that good mileage, I guess.
Apparently. All that driving a Pawtuck. I don't know
Exactly.
how far Pawtuck is, though. You know what I mean? Like, I still am trying to figure out GH time. You know what I mean?
It's all over the place. You saw how Blaze was able to get to Puerto Rico so fast. She got there
That
quick.
part. Agreed.
Take me to get down the street. She got there
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. I'm glad Blaze is back, though.
Yeah, she
She
looked
was,
good.
she was great on set, and her storyline was really, really short. So when they brought her back, that was good. That was good.
I thought
I don't know if Sasha's going anywhere. I've never been around her. I've only ever seen her like actually working. I've never met her. I don't know anything about that storyline. I just heard that she's leaving. Maybe is like a rumor. I have no idea. I know that some people are leaving though. Y'all gonna find out.
Hmm.
as long as it's not my Ava, I'm good.
Mara West is GH royalty. I
I
would
know that's
never
right.
think that is possible. Never.
Yes. Yeah, no, she's not going.
No. Jason wouldn't be gone if the COVID vax thing didn't happen. There's no way Jason would be gone. You
Yeah.
know.
But wasn't that lifted? So can't he come back when his days is?
I don't think he wants to. I think he's happy over there now. But who knows? He might come back. I mean, that guy's been on soaps since I was like 10 years old. Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
on a long time.
Just
Yep.
as is Mason leaving. Just as is Mason leaving.
I don't know. If I did know, I couldn't tell you. I
Yeah.
just know this. I don't. I'm. No one has said anything as of right now. I'm still there. My logical I believe, though, I should be gone within a month and a half. I don't think there's any. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to do with me? Unless I'm going to pull some Houdini shit, because apparently I can get in and out of anything. My character's a fucking cockroach. Um, I don't know. It all depends on what they're going to do. You know, they might just store me away for a while. They might kill me. We'll find out. I still don't know. But either way, it's been fun. You know what I mean? But I will gladly be okay when it's over.
Mm.
I will gladly be okay when it's over.
Is there any other soap would consider working for, like Young and the Restless or The Bold and the Beautiful?
I
Days
don't.
of Our Lives.
I don't think of those things. I've never watched any of those shows. My best friend was on Young and the Restless for years. I never watched a single episode he did.
I think
Um,
Young and
but
the Restless could use Mason, someone like Mason on that show, because if you could knock Nikki Newman down a peg, I would really, really, really appreciate that.
to be completely honest, I don't want to play a character like Mason again. No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I have a sitcom I'm doing in November where I play a totally different kind of character, thank God. And I got a Western I'm going to do where I'm playing a completely different character. I don't want to play another scumbag. I'm glad I was good at it, but I'm cool on hitting on women drunk in bars in weird ways. I'm okay with that.
Or there's another type of character I could see you playing on The Young and the Restless. You could be a nice love interest for Elena if you clean
I have
yourself
no
up.
idea who that is. I have no idea. Who?
Her name is Elena. She looks good. She need a new man in her life. Um, she deserved it.
Go ahead and write them and tell them to hire me.
I
Tell them
sure
I can
will.
ask them if I can grow my hair back, please.
Or they'll get you a toupee. Don't worry about it.
They won't. None of the soaps have the budget for that shit.
They got you.
Oh man, no, I'll just grow my hair back. Give me like 4 months. I'll have my hair back. It'll be okay. Just shaving my head every day is getting annoying.
I think you could play a doctor. You could pull that off.
I can, honestly. I can actually play nice people. It's just nobody ever knows that. I did a little short for my friend yesterday, and I play a totally simpy character, like totally like whipped by this girl, and they didn't think I could pull it off until I did it. It was funny,
Hmm.
you know. But I'll play anything, you know. But I'm cool on Mason. Like I love Frank. I love everybody at GH. I'm not complaining, you know. But they can kill Mason and bring me back as somebody else, and I'd be okay with that. Trust me.
Jonathan says I could see him as Sheila Carter's son, Ryan Calhoun, on Young and the Restless. I don't remember Ryan on Young and the Restless. Was he still a kid back then, or?
I mean, I get it. It's just more like you rather it's the character pretty much what it comes down to.
Hmm. It's not the job. Love the job.
Yeah.
Um, I'll check in over there all the time. I love it over there. It's just I am accustomed to playing certain types of characters. I'm not against this. My job was to motivate the Austin story. My character is not a fleshed out character. I'm not used to playing a non fleshed out character.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who I'm supposed to be, as opposed to every day I get to set, I find out what new changes happened today. You know what I mean? Dante is Dante. Maxi's Maxi. Ava's Ava. They can change Ava as not being as hardcore as she used to be, but she's still Ava Jerome. You know what I mean? She's just acting different a little bit. But it's only a little bit if you think about it, because there is a justification for Ava being nicer now than she used to be. She's gotten older. She's trying to separate herself from the way her sister was. She's trying to be a good mother. You know what I mean? She's trying to have a relationship with Sonny instead of hashing out the old beefs. So there's a justification for her softening up over time. All right. But she's still Ava. My character went from being nice to every woman on set and only being a dick to my cousin to being Link after an episode. You know what I mean? Like, when? Why? I was always chill. Then I wasn't chill anymore. Like, they needed to fill that role, and that was my job. So I did my job, and apparently I've done a good job. Enough people hate me. Enough people like me. Nobody thinks I'm a bad actor. I'm happy with that. But I'm also cool. I don't want to play that guy for eternity. Okay, I'm okay. I've been on the show well over my expiration date.
Is it a faster pace, like with the lines and stuff like that, compared to like anything else that you did?
Oh, definitely. We fly on there. You do a movie, man. You can do 27 takes. You don't have that here. So we get to go in. Um, I shot 3 episodes 2 Fridays ago and 1 episode on Thursday. I got the scripts Tuesday, so we had to have 4 memorized. That was 37 pages, um, ready to go. And then when we get there, if they make a change on the spot, you have to do it right then. But we do one blocking rehearsal in the morning. No one's really performing anything. We kind of get ready. We run it. We go up there. You get one rehearsal run, then you shoot. The only time they cut is if there's a technical problem or if you really did screw up a line, and you don't want to do that too much. You know what I mean? That gets fired. I've seen it. You can make the day slow down and be replaced. Like, all of a sudden, a character that was supposed to be there longer just isn't there anymore. You know. And my buddy David Lago, that was on The Young and the Restless, he explained it to me like that. He said, when you do a soap, the audition is not really your audition. That was, you were good enough to put on camera. Your day on the day, that's your audition. How fast are you? Do you take notes? Do you follow direction? Can you do it quickly? You know what I mean? Can you adjust as fast as they need you to? Then, if you do that well, you get to stay. But then, how does the audience respond? And that decides how long you stay. So, I was only hired for 3 episodes. I've been there for like 37 now. So I met all of that criteria. But I was like Selena Wu. Selena Wu was a 5 or less for years till they figured out what they wanted to do with her and made her who she is now. You know what I mean? She was not brought in as the Selena that is now. They can make up their mind later. Cyrus came on the show 2 years ago. He was designed to be Cyrus. I was supposed to be there for 3 episodes. There was really no thought into what they were going to do with Mason. You know what I mean? So I'm proud to say that I did well enough to stay as long as I've been here. But again, every day I've been there after 3 episodes, I've been ready to go. I've been thinking I was going to be dead for half a year now, every time I go and get a new script. So the way logically it's looking now, I've been shot. The cops did it. Ava is alive. She is a witness. I mean, we all know how this ends,
Yeah.
right? I mean, unless I'm going to pull some crazy shit, we pretty much know what's going to happen. Now, I mean, not everything. You guys don't know everything that's going to happen, but the writers at GH sometimes can be disappointing to you guys. I can tell with the way some of your responses are, but I will give it to them. They knew the lollipop thing would work. It became like my shit. They know when to end a story when it will affect their ratings best. They do know how to do a good twist when they need to. But remember, they're juggling like 67 characters. It's not easy, you know. And then when we had the strike, you had to. I mean, thank God we were ahead on certain scripts or whatever, but some adjustments have to be made because one person wasn't available. Another actor had to come in. Um, adjustments that are made on the fly, like the reason we couldn't do the fight scene, me and Dex, because another actor was there 2 days before when we shot. So we needed that actor for the scene that's coming after another scene. So since we were all there on that same day, we shot, you know, a week in advance that day. So it affected what we could do the following episode. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of changes that happen really, really rapidly because of time constraints and availability.
Just ask, what's your favorite lollipop?
I hate every single one of those things. They're the nastiest tasting lollipops. I wish they would have gave me Dum Dums. We have them on set. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the old Kojak one. Those
Yeah,
are great, but they didn't give me those. They didn't give me those.
I was just thinking this morning of a twist for Mason. What if he's Diane's long lost son? That'd be a good storyline. She'd protect you.
I don't even know who Diane is.
Diane Miller, the attorney.
short hair, red.
Yeah,
Oh.
you could be her long lost son.
Hmm.
She gave you up for her law career and she regrets it now.
That'd be cool. We'll see. Look, if they rewrite me and they fix it to a way where it makes sense and it's not going to hurt the show, I'm down to continue to play Mason. Um, I mean, I'll play it as long as Frank and them want me to, but I'm also going to be happy when it's done, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. But I got something to say, like the way everything is so fast paced and stuff like that. It's like I feel like you have to be at a certain level as far as acting to really be able to do these soap operas. You do it
Oh
well,
no, they're all professionals.
you
If you
know.
can't keep up, you won't last. Mara told me about that. Mara said to me once, she was like, the only reason that Mason's still here is because of me. She was like, there was no reason to keep that character. And it has to do with the fact that I could take a note well and I perform well. Because she's seen one lady came in, she liked her. It was this little old lady. She came in, she did the scene, she was great in the audition apparently. And then came the day and she just couldn't remember her lines. And the next week it was a different lady playing the same role.
Ooh.
Yep.
So maybe does that explain why we got all these new mollies?
There's a lot of reasons why certain things happen, and everyone is very polite about why. Um, but in my experience, I'm I'm more of a critic, I think, than a lot of people. I'm very hard on myself, and I analyze actors. And when I watch a scene, I can see, like you look at Ava. When has she ever done a bad performance? Doesn't happen. She nails it. So imagine you're a new actor and you come onto the show and you do a scene with Ava and you're wonderful. And your next scene is with Austin and you're trash. You can't vibe with that person. So, but they're like, okay, well, maybe they were rough that day. Then they come in again and you have another scene with Austin and then you do a scene with, I don't know, Carly and you're trash again. They're going to replace you because you're not keeping up with the general consensus of how it needs to feel. You were good at that one thing you auditioned, but you weren't good on the fly. And if you can't adapt and feed specifically the contract players, because all of us reoccurs, we're supporting them. You know, I'm there for Austin. I'm there for Roger. I'm there for Mora. I'm there to help their performance. It's not the Nathaniel Gray show. Okay, I'm there to support the contract players, and I know that. All right, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to elevate the scene, but you're supposed to stay in pocket with them to get them where they need to be. If you don't do that, you'll never have a job on a soap. You know what I mean? If you're trying to showboat, if you're trying to, you know what I mean? If you can beat them as an actor, if you're better, cool. But if you're trying too much and you're trying to change lines and you haven't even earned that respect yet, dude, they'll replace you. And it's because we don't have the time. We don't have that. You know what I mean? It's go, go, go. Everybody that's there is really professional. Very, very, very professional. Right? They know their stuff, they know their lines. And even if they don't, let's say they got 47 lines that they need, or 47 pages that day, they'll get it quick. You know what I mean? They're professionals. And there's a lot of actors that come and go, and some of them come on and they book it, and then they book another job. And they're like, okay, I'll go do that. Then we got to get another actor. And some people, they didn't vibe well maybe with the cast, so we get another actor. I mean, how many people have played Nicholas Cassidy?
Yeah.
Only one, Tyler Christopher. That is who played Nicholas Castellan. The rest, I don't know what they're playing. They're playing either some fraud, or someone got a Nicholas mask on, like Faison used to have that Faison mask on. Someone got I don't know what they think they're playing, but only Tyler Christopher has played Nicholas Castellan. Ain't that right, Queen Nikisha? We both. That's the story. That's the truth.
Okay.
But even
Well,
even
hey,
I get
Jess,
because even Carly,
Jess, I'm sorry to beat up your boy.
you heard that, Jess?
Up like that. All you did was tackle him down. Maybe no, please. It wasn't.
And I had to choke him, but I'm sorry, Dex didn't beat me.
He didn't beat you, but you didn't. You ain't do all that. Okay.
He was gonna die if Dante didn't show up.
He's still fine. Okay.
He would have been dead.
Oh, please,
he got saved by the bell. He got saved by the bell. He got saved
You
by
heard
the
that,
grace.
Jess?
He got saved by the grace of contract.
Oh shit.
Okay.
No, I love Evan. Evan's my buddy. He's a great kid.
But
He sent me the sweetest text after that scene. Sweetest thing ever. He's the nicest guy I've ever worked with. Evan, I call him Captain Hugs. Guy hugs everybody. But no, he texted me after that. He was like, "Thank you so much for the hard work and how much you gave to the scene and helping it to look really real. Like, I was an honor to do a scene with you, and I hope we get to do more." I was just like,
Wow.
"Thank you, Evan."
Yeah, sounds like a good guy, a stand-up guy.
No, he's a great guy. Evan's a great guy. So is TJ. Yeah. Taj is great. They are wonderful people. Like, really. Really. I think that's why it's my favorite set. Everybody's been a gem.
That's good. I know it's a high, it could be a high stress job. So you have people around you that's like really nice and stuff like that, like Evan and some of the other people that definitely does kind of help your mood going in there,
If I've been on sets where people didn't like each other, I've been on sets where there was a lot of drama, and it's no fun. It's like going to a house party and everybody's just arguing. Nobody's playing games. At least on GH, we're all having fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun to do that. It's like high school. I swear, it's like high school. It's like theater club, but we make a real TV show. It is my favorite of all the things I've done. Probably the only thing I can say I've done that I'm proud of, and the least liked character I've ever played. Isn't that funny? My least favorite character is the one job I've done that I'm the most proud of.
I think people like you as an actor. Maybe the character kind of come and go, but the actor.
No. There's lots. A lot of people on the soap boards, a lot of people that reached out to me on Instagram, like, nobody wants me gone. They want Mason gone. They don't want me gone. I was like, well, I appreciate that. That speaks loads. You know, I'm happy. Like I'm humbled by all of that. I only care that the crew and you guys all think, you know, as long as I kept you entertained, that's my job. I don't care about attention. I don't care about that. I just want to do a good job. Um, I do not like my character. Like, openly, I will say that. Like, I love my job, but I don't like Mason. So it's like when people are like, I like Mason. I was like, I don't know what that says about you. Because Mason's not a likable person. You know what I mean? I was like, can you imagine if Mason was a real person, like walking around acting like that?
Mhm.
That's
I
okay
think it's
though.
just
If I ever meet you in New York, I'm gonna just manhandle you and make you eat more than ramen.
okay.
I'm just gonna alleviate you. All right,
No,
well,
but
that was fun.
you did a good job though. Like your scenes was good, so we appreciate that. And
Yes, you should.
your job is hard, but you do it well. So
I just like talking shit with Kyrie's. I like watching him cuss me out. I'll tell you, look, no, when I knew that I had to snatch Ava out of the car, I want you to know you were on my mind. All that energy of me taking her out of the car was just for you, sir. Just for you. Because I knew, I could imagine your eyes bulging from your head. Get your hands off my Ava.
You got me right on point. That's exactly what I was saying too. That was on point.
Yep.
But I was
No.
more like when you was telling my Ava to shut up. You said, Ava, shut up. You done said that twice.
When Frank had told me to go full psycho, right? Ava didn't know, right? So when I like yelled at her, "Shut up!" She jumped in the back seat. It was like, what the fuck? It was so funny.
It was like, oh hell
I
no.
was like, I tried to replicate it. I came home and I did it for my girlfriend, and I was like, I can't do it with the voraciousness that I did, but I did the whole scene with you in mind, Kyrie's, just so you could have your content. See, I'm a team player.
I appreciate that.
All right, well, I'm happy you guys are all here. I still don't know who this Jerry person is in the chat. Who was I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? When they were like, I want to know, like, I would see if he would appreciate I was here. I was like, do I know you? Because if I know you, I don't remember you. I'm sorry.
I
But
think they just was wondering was you going to come through tonight because
I pop up all the
today.
time. I don't just pop up in episodes I'm on. You know what I mean? I pop up plenty times.
Yeah,
Okay. Because that's how I keep up with what's going on the show.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Is you guys talking about it, then I know what's happening in the world, so I don't have to actually watch the show. You know, you'd be
well, thank
amazed
you. We
how many
appreciate
of us
that.
don't actually watch the show. Oh yeah, the majority of the cast never watches the show.
Hmm.
That much I will tell you. That's a fact. I know that like Willow likes me in the show. I know Gladys and her husband are a big fan of like me in the show. Gladys's husband likes me, but I didn't even know that. I did one scene with Gladys. I saw her like months later, and she like remembered my name, which I thought was impressive. But her husband straight up was like my friend. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh wow, that's cool. But like it's like their significant others watch the show, but they don't.
Just says hello. Can I get a shout out to Nathaniel?
Who's that?
Yes,
You know
I
who
don't know her.
Princess.
Yeah, no,
Um,
no, no. No, I was dead to her. I was dead to her. I think that's that person, right?
hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
don't be coming even now.
Nah, see, I'm on Queen Nakisha's team. Sorry, she's
Yep,
been.
she's queen too. We got two queens.
No. There's only Queen Nakisha. There's Princess Jess, and you said that Jess was always the queen there, Albert. Now you don't want to maintain that same energy. It's fine. It's fine. But don't worry, Nakisha. I always said you were the queen. That's the thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Don't be
Don't
putting
worry though,
like
Jess.
that.
I'll give you this shout out, Jess.
I defended you, Albert.
When I was choking Dex, I did think of you too.
Wow. You heard it first, Jess.
Well, that's how I get into character. That's why I was laughing. That's why I was laughing when I was choking him over the cliff. That's why I was laughing because I was like, she's gonna love this. That's a thing that I do. I will. I really do organically do this when I act. I will think of a thing about the person I like if it's something I'm telling them as a compliment. But if I have to be mad at Mara, for example, there's nothing about Mara West I don't like. Okay. So I have to think of things that will inspire me to be mean to her. Kyrie's, you do that job for me because I know I'm feeding you. So my performance with her is for you. Literally, it's for you. So the meaner I am to her,
The matter
the
you
more
do,
outraged
they
you
are.
become. It's the funniest shit to me. So I'm loving it. It's that, but that's how I do it. But I've done scenes where I've literally not liked the actor I was working with, and if I was telling him "fuck you," I'm literally looking him in the eye like "fuck you," and I mean like all of it, like for real. I do not like this person, so I've literally been a dick, and I was really good in that scene. People were like, "Wow, you were so good." I was like, "Because I wasn't lying." Well, anyway, I'm gonna get back to what I was doing, but I just wanted to say, Kyrie's, hello, and you were the motivation of that. All right, I hope you
Right.
enjoyed it, but I also knew you guys were all gonna get your payoff when Mason got shot. Sorry, not dead, but you can't have everything.
That could still be arranged if you don't.
Yeah, you'll send Spider Quake after me. All right, I'll catch you guys later.
All right. Thank you. Later.
Isn't that always a pleasure to have?
Absolutely.
But we got to get
Uh,
Dick some more training, though. We got to get
hmm?
we got to get Dex some more training because he did get choked out. I try to stick up for Dex because he saved my Ava, but I knew Nathaniel was right. He had him choked out like that because damn well if Jason Morgan was still around, that would have never went down like that. Once
Yes. Yes.
I have that gun, Jason would have been like boom and shot him just like that, and that would have been that. Then would have been like Ava, get over here. But
Yeah.
so Dex, you need a lot more training.
Yeah. My whole thing is like I look at Dex and I look at Jason. I feel like Jason and Mason are a little more even. Like as far as fighting, I
You're
would
being
say.
too generous. Jason is like here. Mason is about here. You put Jason, Mason. So come on, let's just be honest. We've seen Jason do way, way, way more damage. Um, I'm wrong. I mean, Mason is formidable. I mean, he's no pushover, but Jason Morgan, that's an elite level. So I wouldn't put Mason on that category. Not to mention Steve Burton is way bigger. So
I don't know if he's. Yeah, he kind of is. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he is.
so
Actually, I had to sit there and think about that for a minute. I was like, yeah, he is actually.
yeah, Steve Burton and Jason. I don't. I'm not even a big fan of Jason Morgan. I know that. Yeah, Jason Morgan would wipe the floor with Mason. I'm more than sure than that. So we got to get
You were
up there.
you were you were Nathaniel's inspiration when it came towards an Ava scene. How do you feel about that?
That is good to know. That they know that I don't play when it comes to my Ava. That is my Ava. So that to know. Exactly. He's still here and he said Jason would kill Mason, and he knows it. We all know that.
He outweighs him by at least 20 pounds. Yeah, I can see that.
I, I cannot wait until to see Dimitri tomorrow. I hope he's recovering well from his gunshot wound. That Jada and Spider Quake gave me this idea, but it's true. Jada should actually lose her job for that because what she did was totally unprofessional. I mean, how did you get out of the police academy without knowing you can't make an arrest with no with no evidence like that. You took the word of two known troublemakers. Aren't they known troublemakers in that town?
Yep.
And she just took their word, and his old crazy mother done shot him, and she had no business having a gun. Yet she didn't even take a statement from Dimitri. She just automatically just locked him up. So,
Well, I mean, they also hired Harrison to be a cop, so it's not like they really have like high standards when it comes towards
who's the
you
cop?
know them. Pretty much Jason, Steve.
Wait a minute. What did I miss here? He became a cop?
Well, I don't know if you watched today's episode,
Oh,
so
I'm not planning on watching today. I was only watching tomorrow and Thursday. I want to review those two.
okay.
But what happened today?
No, he applied for a job with Rafe, and Rafe was like, "Ah, yeah, you can join."
Wow.
Jason does not weigh me. Hmm. Yeah, we'll have to sit there and see how much. I feel like they're at the very least that they're even. That Mason and Jason would be even at the very least.
I don't think so. Trust me, I don't even like Jason because I think he's just Carly's kiss up.
And also a bad father. Don't forget that.
The worst. Him and Drew. I mean, Drew wanted to take over. He wanted to find a way to honor Jason. That's what he said when he died. So he took over as the deadbeat.
Thank you, Johnston. And also thank you, Ambassador Sam, earlier. Thank you so much. Johnston says, do you think that Dimitri will be living in the mansion or will he find another place to live?
Oh, Dimitri will be still living in the man.
Yeah,
He better. Who owns that mansion again? EJ.
EJ.
Yeah, EJ better have some common sense. He knows that is family. So don't make EJ doesn't want to make me an enemy. Okay, he don't want me for an enemy. I don't play. So, Jason is 171. He's 178. So, but wait, really? He's 171 now.
I don't think the weight will be that much of a difference.
So damn, what is that camera? So that camera really does add on because I could have sworn. Yeah, 171. Was that scale?
Broken.
Exactly. 171. But yeah. Oh, that was probably years ago though. Then when he was that weight, because there's no way.
I think that might be now. I think that might be now. I could be wrong. I gotta sit there and check, but I think that might be now.
178. I need to see that weigh in. Because exactly, Alicia said because Jason is muscular.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Johnson's like EJ will probably keep Dimitri in the house so that he will have his vote for the Mara CO position.
He better, because if not, he got me as an enemy. If you make Dimitri homeless, but then again, Dimitri got some of that inherited still, so he'll be all right because he's not going to jail for something he didn't do. He did not commit attempted murder. Okay, all he did was hold a gun out of frustration. Okay, so he's little anger management classes, and he'll be fine. So, but even though he still didn't do anything wrong because they're the ones that were wrong. Why were they trying to blackmail him out of his whole company or whatever? That wasn't fair. So, they got what was coming to them.
I want to hit on a hard subject. You ready for this, Carries?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm about to sit there and bring up.
Elena?
No. Well, Nate. I mean, not Nate. Nick, Sally, and Adam.
Oh boy.
I know. Sorry, I had to sit there and do it though.
Here we go. All right, let's get Let's get it
Well, I'm
up.
ready.
So what about? I know that you're Team Nick, so come on.
See, my whole thing is like, we were talking yesterday with Queen Akeisha, and I was like, tunnel vision with some people when it comes towards Nick, right? Let's blame Nick for everything, but let's not hold Sally accountable for anything, right? Now, I watched the scene yesterday, and Sally was like, listen, I was happy, I was good, I was in a good place, and you came and you ruined it. I simply asked you to leave me alone, and you didn't honor my wishes. What do you think about that?
I mean, but she also admitted. I did say that in my review, but she also just admitted that she still wanted him too all that time. So we kind of all saw right through Sally. I mean, the signs were all there from the very beginning. I mean, that's another reason why I just thought that Nick was just stupid. He's just wasting his time because why not go back with Sharon that would only want you at that time, or go back with Phyllis or whatever else when you already know that Sally and Adam are still in love with each other. He knows Adam's not afraid of him, so all your warnings, all your threats, oh no, you better stay away from Sally, that's not going to happen. That he knows how Adam operates. He know, and then more importantly, the signs were obviously there how Sally was still in love with him. So even let me put aside all my hatred for Nick aside, I still think he's just stupid and wasting his time with that. Um, you could have just left it at a one night stand and then just let that be that, but you just let it carry on. So like you brought on, I feel like Nick brought that on himself when he brought himself into that situation. Because if you know how both Adam and I just also don't feel that Sally and Nick Sally will ever hold up to Nick's high whatever standard without Adam in the picture. Because the reason he gives Sally whatever passes is because he loves to blame Adam for every single thing. But say if Adam completely stepped out of the picture and Sally goes back and tries to scheme at something, Nick will go right back to he would have dumped her anyways. So I don't think, like I said, I just think it's about time that Sally and Adam get back together, and Nick, he has other options. He can go back with Sharon, or he could start something up with Elena, who I know you don't like Elena, but she's an attractive woman. But
I
speaking
mean,
of, I'm happy I have you face to face here. I just wanted to know because I know when on Thursday with all that maybe the message came across differently because when I put it in question, I meant it as a question. It kind of came across in the chat maybe as a demand, but I really didn't mean it that way. I was only trying to ask you a question as to because I'm kind of curious why have that level of strong dislike for Elena when you didn't watch that story play out
okay,
completely.
okay. Well, here's the thing. I mean, here's the thing, because it was you and it was somebody else. So, like, to be honest, I wasn't mad. I wasn't necessarily trying to be defensive or anything like that. So, like, I apologize if you took it that way. I think it was the fact it was you and it was him, and it was like I was trying to keep on both of y'all, plus like 20 other people in the chat, right? Now, my whole thing is I don't dislike Elena, right? I just sit there and I look at it and I'm like, what's good, Miss Key? I just sit there and I look at it. I'm like, people could sit there and say, well, they sat there and they, had a contest or, they did whatever. But my whole thing is like, y'all don't bother to hold Elena accountable for the fact that she did cheat. It's the same thing with Sally. It's like, all right, cool. You can sit there and blame Nick for this, that, and the third. But if you're not going to hold Sally accountable and we're just going to make excuses, I feel like that's when the debate just kind of disintegrates. So like that's my whole thing. I don't hate Elena. I just y'all gotta sit there and give her some smoke for that too, because it's not like she was innocent the whole thing.
Okay. So now I could clarify that it's not necessary because to be clear, let me be 100% clear. I was never a fan of Elena and Nate together, so it's not like I think they're better off apart. Because even when he was still Mr. Good Doctor, I thought that was boring. And then now, obviously, he wants to play the ruthless businessman. So they're just not a match. Now, I got to be completely honest. The real reason I backed Elena so hard is because originally it seemed like she was going to go against Victoria. And that's the whole real reason why I gave Elena that pass. But I forgot about that scene until I read about Elena's history. But I do recall that now. Because to be honest, like sometimes I watch Young and the Restless and other times I don't. So like I read the recaps, but then like so I was kind of missing that piece of the puzzle when she called out the reason she found out that it was when she cheated on Nate with Devon after that time. She called Devon's name while she was in bed with Nate. I don't see how any man could so that kind of took away. So if I did say about I'm not giving Elena a complete pass at all, or a pass at all for that matter, because they should have never even gotten back together after that. I'm just saying, I thought she might finally take Victoria down a peg because Victoria thinks she could just take whatever she wants to take and do whatever she wants to do because Victor's protection. Like, remember when we said the same thing about Jocelyn, how Jocelyn runs her mouth so recklessly?
Yes.
But she has Sonny's protection. So it's like the same thing. Victoria has Victor's protection. So that's why Elena might have not cared too much about that if she's gonna finally go after Victoria, but it never really played out that way. All Elena did was like the bare minimum. She just cussed out Nate a little bit, and she just don't want nothing to do with Nate. But that's pretty much it. She hasn't really done anything for that matter. So I'm happy that she's away from Nate, and you're right. She did play her part in that too. So it's not as if I'm giving her a total pass. So maybe the saying they manipulated her, okay, maybe that was a little bit of a stretch in that moment, but that's not really where I was going for. Because I recall when you saying when Liam when Hope cheated on Liam by kissing Thomas and Liam saw that, you said, well, he may be a hypocrite, but guess what? He doesn't have to forgive her, even though she forgave him. He doesn't have to forgive her. So that's why I was wondering, like, why that smoke for Elena. But now I understand. You're saying that because you felt we were just giving her a complete pass by saying she's just some innocent flower girl while they're just the big bad.
Yeah, exactly. And that was pretty much my whole thing. You know, I'm not saying like I didn't watch the show back then. Okay, so I don't know how much. And have a good night, Nathaniel. If I didn't say have a good night, thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, I'm not just saying that they didn't do their part. They all three of them did their part. Okay, all three of them did their part. But you know, we could sit there and talk about Nate being a scumbag and Devon being Devon or whatever. But then when it comes to us, Elena, it's like, well, you know, technically those two did this and they did that. And it's just like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's like, I'm not saying they didn't do their part, but we just want to sit there and act like Elena was just doe-eyed and naive. Like, I'm not doing that. That's just not me.
Now we're on the same page though, so it's all three of them. See, you thought I was only giving those two the smoke and nothing to Elena, and I thought you were only giving the smoke to Elena and nothing to those two. But now, okay, we're on the same page. All three of them, none of them are all saints in that story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. You know. Even though you know, DC got me calling Nate the Great, so you know you can sit there and thank DC for that.
I do blame DC for that every time. DC need to stop influencing Albert. Okay? Albert saw right through Nate the Snake first. You were the first one that called him Nate.
Yeah, I did.
You
Yeah,
started that trend. So therefore, I'm not gonna let DC use his evil powers of you. He'd be hiding behind that smile of his. I know there'd be some evil in that. DC.
no, but it's good to see because you know people were starting to ask about you. You know, we talked on Sunday, whatever. So you know, I had to sit there and see how you were doing. You know, you've been away from the chat for a little bit, busy.
Yeah, I was trying to catch up on that psychology class. Yeah, hate that psychology class. Not gonna lie.
You're doing a lot though, like between the reviews, the school, work.
And I'm
You're an
about to have
author.
a job potentially, so on top of that,
Got what?
a second job.
You got a lot going on. My goodness. You make me feel lazy at this point. Damn, Tyrese.
Yeah, but at least I get to make my own schedule with this one. So,
Okay.
but 2 customer service jobs, ooh, that's gonna be. But I'll tough it up. I'll be through it because now I got 2 sets of Karens to deal with.
Hmm.
Right?
How's
I
how's the writing going?
I'm capable. I'm capable. I'm more than capable. I'm thick-skinned enough.
Yeah. How's the writing going?
It's good. I still have to rewrite that part into the book, and then that's almost good to go. Like I said, I need to add that additional storyline, and then I'll get back to my other books later at some point. But that will definitely be released at some point, probably next year. And right now, college is more my priority. I want to make sure I finish those classes before that deadline.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The young,
Well,
but
you're definitely missing the chat though. I'll tell you that much. Your energy, your presence was definitely missing the chat. So
one more thing about the Young and the Restless, Phyllis just don't learn. I'm like, dang, I recorded a Young and the Restless review today, but I just didn't even bother to upload it. I'm not gonna lie, my energy felt kind of different. Like I shot the video, but I didn't really like how that turned out, so I got to re-record it. So I was just like, you know what? That's why I'm glad that I got called here to just talk about it because the Phyllis thing was the only thing I truly was worth enough to truly care about because everything else was just
yeah.
kind of smooth. Like as much as I complain about how much I hate the Newmans, but they give you something to talk about when you do your reviews. While everybody else, the writers don't give as much effort, I feel, as they do the Newmans. So
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I can see that. I mean, they're doing something with like Jack and Billy and Kyle now, but like
yeah, but it's
you
not.
know,
But we know the payoff's not going to really be all that different. And then when it's like when it's too business heavy, like but even though I am liking Billy though lately, though I am liking that edge to him. I feel like he's being written smarter than he usually was because usually Billy's just a regular screw up, but he see right through Tucker from the jump. So I am impressed with how they're writing his character. But Phyllis, that woman is. Gabby says, Gabby says Cameron's coming out of the woodwork right and left for him now. True though, because especially if I have to work on both of those, but at least with my regular job, I'm not even on phone calls for the most part at this moment. I'm just helping out in the chat room. But when they do drag me on back to those phone calls and I got to do the other sets, oh Lord, that will be. Well, thankfully, I'll be taking both medications those days, so I'm gonna need it.
well, listen, I listen. My heart goes out for you for having to deal with any Karen in any situation at any point in time because that just sucks.
It just, it truly does.
Ambassador said, Mr. Bostic, what happened? No, we just talking about Karens and just how terrible that they are.
They are. They're just insufferable. It truly is.
And you said you talked about Phyllis, right? You said so what about Phyllis that you want to talk about?
Yeah, she will never, ever, ever learn. Like, Jack is already on the verge of pretty much forgiving her. He just proved our point as he's the number one simp. But she still is trying to, so she wants to try to blackmail Tucker with this. Like, it's never enough for Phyllis. Like, you have your opportunity, your kids are on good terms with you. When is enough for this woman? Like, what is it going to take for her to finally get something through her thick head?
Hmm.
She's like worse than Nina of self destruction.
Yes, yes, yes. I could that I can actually agree with.
It's just wow. And Michael has a whole lot of nerve to because you got your own secret when Sonny finds out that how you were hiding the fact that you're the one that hired Dex to take him to prison and that Dex idiot self threw that in a public trash can somewhere.
Well,
So
see, my thing is like I feel like Michael, like nothing's really gonna happen to Michael. Sonny's gonna be mad at him or whatever. He's not gonna kill him. Dax, on the other hand, is pretty much higher help. So if he throws the rabbit on a meat hook, you know,
because all Jocelyn's gonna do is cry, please, Sonny, please don't kill Dex. I love him. I don't know what I would do without him. And then Sonny ain't gonna kill him either. He's gonna threaten him, of course, but that's about as far as that's gonna go. But maybe, like I said, maybe Dex is related to Sonny somehow. That saved Dante. So
yeah. Well, yeah, but no. I mean, granted, she still shot him. I mean, he still shot him, but like, you know, Darby says, please don't kill the Karens, Kyries. You're not like Clyde and running your business from prison.
I'm not doing that. I'm not putting none of my plans out here on the internet for the world to know.
No, I get it though. Karens are just like the absolute effing worst on
Is
any given day.
one accidental button and they're out of my life for good. Just click. I don't know what happened. I could have sworn. I don't recall how that call got disconnected. I don't. I didn't hang up. Just one click. Just one magic click. That's the way I usually get through those callers.
Well, how you balancing it all though? That's my question. Like how you got so much going on. How do you balance it all?
I
How do you
just
do it?
I like to thrive on routine for the day. That usually helps with that. Like, okay, once I'm getting off of work, either am I gonna go to the gym one day, or if I'm gonna do the schoolwork, or sometimes in between when I'm still working but it's low, then I could pull out my psychology book and start studying a little bit. So I'm able to manage this school thing because there's not really too much set classes as long as I get it done by the assignment date. There's not it's not the same as the traditional school. I would be much more difficult. Like if I had to go on campus, that would be way more difficult. I'm managing that pretty good. So
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's a lot on some people to sit there and try to juggle so much and not get overwhelmed. So um, I give you a lot of props for that. I give you a lot of props for that.
I appreciate that. But Dimitri is the only character on Days of Our Lives that that is enough to keep me interested for some reason.
Like okay, so you just even go back on YNR. You telling me besides Adam, there's no other characters that you like?
I mean, I did like Sally for a long time, and I'm starting to warm to her just a little bit again, more than I did. Because how she treated him after the whole baby thing, I was like, that checked me out of Sally for a little while. But once she and Adam get back together, then we'll be good. And then I like Elena, and
Okay, yeah, Elaine.
I'm starting to like Billy now, so it's picking up. And then, but the rest of the Newmans are all on my dark side.
Have you been watching B&B lately?
Yes. Lee. Ooh, that woman is on my. And I said it in my review. I'm gonna say it again here, and you wonder why she was infertile. because thank God we don't need no more of hers around in this world. Cause that's why she was stuck. She was stuck like that. She ain't had no eggs when she was 30. She dang sure don't have no eggs now when she's 70. Thank God for that. Cause that woman, how she was treating her, because that's how she treats her biological family. So who's to know? Who's to say how evil her daughter would have been if it was anything like her?
Hmm.
She pissed me off by almost on Brooke. Well, no. Nobody could be on Brooke's level.
Not,
But when Brooke gets in, see what I hate about Brooke so more because I know I thrown up her past and her past of all the men she's been with, but that's not really my problem. My problem is when Brooke goes into entitled Karen mode. And then she's like, "No, I'm not going to allow it. I won't allow it. I won't allow." That is the Brooke level that I hate the most by far. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. Like, who do you think you're talking to?
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I remember when I first started watching the show and she started doing that, especially with the whole Donna and me not no, I mean the not Donna. What's her name? Quinn and Eric thing. I was like, yo, I don't know who this chick is, but I already don't like her. And I
Exactly.
think that was like the first week I was like, I don't know who this chick is, but I already don't like her.
She got to go. Like I said, and this isn't about. Well, actually, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that comment. After all, I'm gonna leave that to myself.
Okay. I,
What I would have said to her when she came into that office yelling at Steffi all those scenes ago, what I would have told Brooke. Mm-mm. I would have been like, "I'm the boss here. You ain't nothing but the." You know what? Never mind. Nope, we're not gonna promote that on this channel.
no, we're not. We're not gonna do that. Now, yeah, Quinn. Here's the thing. I didn't know that much about Quinn. I like the actress, so I'm happy that she's on General Hospital again. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know much about Lois, but I like the actress. It takes a little bit to get used to her accent.
yeah.
I think that's my only thing. That accent is just like,
That
oof.
accent is totally fake. So I'm like, come on, that's not my Quinn. Quinn. But I like Lois so far. I really loved those flashbacks because I never saw any of those scenes ever before a day in my life. So seeing those flashbacks that was good. That's probably because I was way before I was born, anyways. So, but those were
Well, what I like about it is that they shot in different locations. Darby's like, Donna is starting to make me care more about her. If Abed isn't careful, somebody is going to take her away from him.
uh-oh. But I know you're gonna respond to that. You ain't gonna let her take your woman like that. Come on.
Come on now, you know there's already a queen in this chat. I mean, there's a couple of queens, but there's one queen.
Uh,
Believe it.
I know.
Mhm.
You're getting starstruck by Jessica, so now you're getting too scared to defend Donna. But don't worry, I'm here. I got your back. You could go defend Donna. Now that
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, I don't know. I just the I remember you said something like you were, like the way that Eric and was handling his illness, it was up to him and stuff, right? Like, do you still feel that way?
I mean, yeah, it still is up to him. I mean, as long as those Logans don't try to take over, because on cue now,
Goddamn Logans.
right? They can. Let me finish that line. They can't be trusted. Then you could say it. They can't. Them damn Logans
Damn Logans.
can't.
Ugh.
Oof, I cannot stand them. Guys, they always think they run the world.
Well, see, my only thing with Eric is that yes, I get that you're like he should be able to handle his own illness the way that he see fit, right? And on one level, I agree with that, but on the other level, I'm just like I feel like that's sort of selfish to the people that do love him to lose that time that they could be spending with him, you know? And maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just not just maybe him, just like just in practical real life in general. For you to not sit there and disclose your illness, it's like you're robbing people of the people that love you. You know, that could be spending time with you and wish they could have spent time with you. I don't know. That's just
You're
me.
right, Lashanta. I did say that Donna Corinthos got more sense and is smarter than Donna Logan. I stand by that 1,000%. What she thought I was gonna back down because Albert was here? Absolutely not. She knows I'm on the energy at 100%. But responding to you about the Eric thing, my thing is about both Eric and Gregory, especially Eric. I mean, they're already old anyway, so so you could kind of expect that any moment could be his last breath because look at him, he's about 1 billion years old. It ain't like you don't see that man and think, oh no, he's on. Oh, he looks good for his age. Hmm. He very much looks his age. So why would I be so surprised if he were what if Eric was to drop dead the next day? I wouldn't be all that shocked to begin with because he's already old. So just let that old man live the rest of his life how he wants to. Like they said, dying people are allowed to be selfish. If not then, when? Because they're going to be gone anyways, and then Ridge will be taking over the company regardless. So let that old man have his last line the way he wants it. I don't know why
Yeah,
it's got to be so difficult about, oh no, you put me in charge of running the business. I got to do what's right for the business, but the business is not going to go bankrupt if you just let him do one little line. That's not that deep. Just he's old. Give him that.
yeah, and exactly, and I agree with that. I agree with that because I said that Eric is having a midlife crisis, and you said something that kind of I know.
Oh, his midlife crisis was 80 years ago. Okay,
Yeah,
80.
and granted, I get that, but in the case is like, well, dying people are allowed to be selfish. It's not then and when. But then you have to sit there and look about what happens to the people that's left behind. What happened to the people that's left behind, the emotions and everything like that they have to go through. I'm not necessarily saying that Keisha's wrong, but I'm kind of sitting there saying that I don't agree. I'll put it that way.
I'll give you this.
Keisha.
I consider your point of what you're saying. I do. You do definitely have some solid points that is in a way selfish, but I don't blame him though, really, because he's just it's hard to hear something like that though. For even though he may be 1 billion years old, he's still but for him to know that his time is limited of being able to do his career with his hands are going out. Um, he has a reason to want to hold on to that old image of himself 115 years ago when he was still young. Um, yeah. So
I just love how we just keep sitting there just aging this man. This, 100 something years ago, 1,000 something years ago, a century ago.
yeah,
I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things where it's like I feel like touchy situations like that. I'm not going to sit there and say the case is wrong, but I can't fully agree with that because I have my own issues, my own perspective on that whole thing. But it is what it is.
like I
It is.
said, you are right in a way though. You don't get me wrong, you are technically right, but still, I just think Eric is still entitled to handle it how he would want to handle it. Like even if it was someone in real life, I'm not gonna judge you and cuss you out for not telling me when
Yeah.
you're already. I'm not the one that's physically going through it, so you're allowed to. I still do feel he's allowed to handle it how he wanted to handle it, which I get it. But as far as Gregory's concerned, I just thought he was kind of being more or less dramatic because at least with Eric, this had to do with him being a fashion designer, that had a lot to do with his hands, and that particularly is getting away from him. But Gregory was just a professor, and then now he's just running behind Alexis anyway. So it's not. And once, especially once Finn already knew. I mean, you and Finn didn't talk to each other for like what 30 years or however long, 20 to 30 years. So you could have just told them what was
Yeah.
going on. Especially Finn. He's a doctor, and Chase is a cop. They deal with death all the time. So I really don't understand why Gregory just had to be so dramatic with that. Compared to Eric, I could see it, especially the way Ridge is treating him right now, just basically dismissing him.
Yes. I get indication, his opinions and stuff like that. That's why I was like, it's not so much like it's wrong or right. It's just it is what it is. Um, and yeah, I can see where people can saying, well, you know what? Listen, it's their illness. Let them handle it the way that they want to handle it. At the end of the day, there's not really a right or wrong way. It's not like it's just I can see it from the people that is going to be left behind. Not saying to say it's like, yeah, it's kind of selfish, but at the same time, it's like that's their choice, right? But my heart does go out to the people that's left behind at the same time. So it's yeah.
Which, like I
Happy
said,
night, happy night, Nikisha. Thank you for joining, Queen
Queen.
Nikisha.
That's right.
Yeah, you know I was gonna sit there and put Queen in there. Yeah, sit there and put some respect on her name.
She's the Beyonce of this group. And hey, DC, we got DC from.
Oh,
I
the
was just talking
one.
about you earlier. That's right. I'm not gonna back down just because I see your screen. I was talking about how you were evil in convincing Albert to give Nate the Great when Albert was the originator of Nate the Snake. But now you done manipulated him into that, DC. I see right through you. You and your $1 million smile, you manipulated Albert, and I know you did it. But I'm gonna do my best to undo your manipulation, DC. I see right through you. But great to see you. He's a good man. He a long time ago.
I love it. I love it.
Mm-mm.
I love how Kyrie could sit there and be very kind and sweet, and yet give a little bit of shade at the same time. It's like you put that nice good blend in there. I like
Cause I'm not gonna let him take away the good Albert away by manipulating him into that Nate fantasy. Don't buy into what DC's saying. Um, saying Nate cannot be trusted, just like those Logans can't be trusted.
goddamn Logans. What are you gonna do with them, right? And yes, you missed DC. You missed Nathaniel.
Yeah, I'm his inspiration when he has a scene about Ava. I'm in his head when he's
So was Jess. So was Queen Jess.
and
I
when
give her I give her props. Give her respect.
of course when he's choking out Dex. Look, my love for Ava overrides whatever brief attraction I had to Dex. Ava takes the
Wow. DC said, "Listen, Albert supports Sonny, so Albert ain't so innocent."
Dang, you just throwing Albert under the bus like that.
Jesus Christ, DC. My guy right there.
Yeah, Dex is fine as hell. You're right, Jessica. He is, but still, that don't mean I'm gonna give him the same loyalty that I'm giving my Ava. That's not gonna go down like that. So, um,
Let me ask you a question now.
mhm.
Who would you have loyalty for more, Ava or Adam?
Ava, hands down.
Oh wow, you didn't even actually think about that shit.
Yeah,
A split second thought right there.
but you see, but I do defend Adam a little bit harder sometimes because the all the characters on the show come for Adam. So it's like his fans are like the only ones that are showing Adam any sort of love because he doesn't get it any in that town. So that's why. But no, Ava, hands down. No. No question.
Darby
10
says,
years down.
Darby says, all we get is bad Albert most of the time. Um, there was a scene. Thank you, Darby. There was a scene with Chloe, and here's the thing. You know me. I'm not necessarily Team Adam, Team Nick, or whatever. But Chloe was starting to get on my nerves because, like, all she did was come in there and was like, "Oh well, everything that you do is bad, and you're a bad person, and you bring in nothing but misery." And I'm just like, really, boo? Like I get that she lost a daughter or whatever, but it's like it's gotten to a point where it starts to run into the ground with Chloe. And you know me, I'm not even like a huge Adam fan, but after a while, I was like, let it go. You
It got to
know?
that point at least like 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It got to that point. We're way past to the ground now. I'm like,
You should hop on here for a little bit.
Albert
DC says,
don't do teams, but he always giving team Sonny and Jason.
wow, DC is just throwing me under the bus tonight. DC, where you at? Come through tonight. I'll send you the link.
And come through, DC. So I could still say how evil you are. Space case. Thought I wasn't gonna give that same energy.
Oh no, I know you. I know you.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's been giving Team Nina lately.
Shake my goddamn head. You know, to be fair, I kind of actually have. I kind of have.
Wait a minute, you just admitted it? So we get it. So okay, so I really so when can I send out the wedding invitations? Please let me know.
Oh damn. Listen,
Do
you
you
know
want
me. I got
blue ribbons or blue ribbons?
Can we do pink?
Oh yeah, we could do pink. I mean I don't know why. Nina pink, but I will gladly give the pink. I'll put the invitations out to pink, and of course, Jessica, you'll be there. DC will be there. Darby will definitely be there.
Alyssa, y'all coming for Albert. I'm glad he has been defending Nina, even though he doesn't like her. Thank you, Alyssa.
He need to stop saying he don't like her because we all know you love her, Albert. So I don't know what is it going to take for you to fully admit that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Kyrie. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're deeply in love with Nina. I saw it from the first time. He's getting married to Nina Reeves. He's about to be Albert Reeves Bostek.
Oh, so I'm not even getting, okay, so I'm getting her last name. Okay, so that's how it's going.
And she's gonna nope, because we all know Albert's the king of keeping it even. So she's about to be Nina Reeves Bostek as well. Y'all about to be the Reeves Bostek. Cool.
Thank you, Johnson. Johnson says in 2024 it will be 10 years since Adam allegedly ran over Dahlia, but we could be seeing a twist where it wasn't Adam after all.
I would love for that to happen, and I would love if Nikki was the guilty one. I heard that was a long rumor. Wouldn't you like that twist, even though you haven't even watched the show that long, Albert? But wouldn't you like that twist if it was Nikki the one to do that? She's so bougie. I want to know how bougie she would be then.
I'm actually cool with that, to be honest. I really am. Now, Alyssa Albert is being fair. Nina can't be the villain forever.
DC said, I retired from being a Nina lover. I needed a break. Albert's covering my shift in the meantime.
Damn.
Getting all the smoke, all the Nina smoke tonight. Because it's true.
Well, yes, I'm used to getting the smoke though, so I'm cool with it.
Not just the regular smoke, don't know the Nina. You're getting the Nina edition.
Like I said, I gotta keep it fair. I gotta keep it fair.
But
I gotta keep it fair.
So, but it is Carly's fault though about this whole insider trading. So what difference does it make? So what? The little Nina snitched, but she wouldn't have anything to snitch about if Carly would have just minded her business to begin with and stayed out of the merger.
You heard that, Jess? You heard that? You need him to say it louder?
Just like if But then again, I also blame Drew for coming up with that stupid idea that EOQ and Aurora were on the same level. Like, if anything, that's just a small accusation. But Carly should have stayed the hell out of it and would have minded her business.
Only agree. Oh, Jesus Christ. I only agree when it's Kyrie's. Wow.
You already know, just because the number one queen, she got that sense. But seriously, I hope when Carly does find out, I mean, yeah, when Carly finds out about Nina, that Nina just don't back down, be like, yeah, you know what, I did it, and I'm still mad as hell that you weren't the one that was in jail because you belong in jail, and then let's get the slapping because they need to fight now. We got the real writers back. We need that long winded fight. Let them throw each other down the stairs. Let them throw each other out the window. We don't need that little, just a little bit of that choking. We need a lot of choking. We need the fist flying. We need that.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is like, again, like you said, if my whole thing is like Nina wouldn't actually have any evidence if Carly and Drew didn't give her it. That's the truth of the matter. Thank you, Jonathan. Johnson says, but if Nikki was the one who did it, her family would just defend her. But when it was Adam, they easily wrote him and gave him smoke, even though it was an accident.
But here's the thing: Nikki was drinking and driving that night, though. I know that. So that makes it even more worse if because I think she was rumored to be the suspect, but then they made Adam the one. But if it was Nikki all along and Victor covered that up, which kind of would make a lot of sense given what Adam did with Faith and all that from the very beginning, before he gave her the kidney, how he kidnapped her, why Victor would throw him under the bus and let him believe he hit Delia when he really didn't. It was Nikki that whole time. That'd be a good storyline to finally twist that, and I would really love it just knocking Nikki down several pegs. That
I'm totally cool with that because you know how I feel about Nikki. Oof,
one
I
thing,
can't say that woman.
we will never be on the opposite sides on that when it comes to Nikki Newman. We will always,
It's
because
something I didn't like about her. Even when I first started watching the show, it's like I don't know who this chick is. But to be fair, I also didn't like Victoria when I first started watching it. And I literally called her the Ice Princess. I was like, damn, you gonna kick your brother out the wedding? Like, really? I don't know.
but Alyssa, it was proven that Nina was the one that snitched on thing. Alyssa says if Nina didn't snitch on Carly and Drew, who would? They dropped the ball with Tracy. I think she called the SEC before Nina did, but nah, it was definitely Nina. Because I mean, if Tracy was the one to do it, Tracy would have owned that she did it. There's no questioning question there because Tracy's never liked Carly, so she would gladly take the credit and smile about it.
Have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. Um, my whole okay. So here's my whole thing with Nina. It's people seem to saying, well, Nina didn't do anything wrong. She reported a crime, whatever. I don't believe that. My thing is, I want her to own it. Like you said, I want her to own it. I want her to sit and be like, you know what, I did it because I don't like you.
Thank you. I
That
literally just told my mom that.
yes.
I literally worded it exactly like that. I'd be like, "Yep, I did it because I don't like you. Now what? I don't like her. Now what? What you gonna do?"
Yes, I would I would be so much more happy if she just owned it. If she did it because she didn't like she's gonna give a dumb excuse. Yeah, I would rather her just sit there and say I did it because I didn't like you. That's it. And point blank period. And let the chips fall where they may.
Uh, DC says, but anyways, gotta go, Hall. Carice loved the coat. Thank you, DC said, and then he said, Albert, he loves the shirt. In your opinions, maybe if you had a similar opinion for one life to live, it would still be on air. There you go. Night,
My God,
guys.
I'm never gonna let that go. Oh my God, I love it, DC. Did you ever used to watch One Like to Live, Kyrie's?
No, that was before my time. That was before my time.
I keep forgetting that you're so much more younger than me. Because apparently I'm a boomer.
That's
Well,
right.
yes.
Boomer in the house. And then let's read Melanie's comment right here. Melanie says, "I'm getting tired of Ice Queen Nikki giving Adam ultimatums on not doing anything to Victor, just threats, horrible as the black sheep in the family." I agree with you, Melanie, 1000%.
What's good, Big Nate? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I don't know. I find Victoria interesting. I'll sit there and say that much. I know a lot of people don't like her. I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan of her, but some of the stuff she does, because here's the thing, she can be so bad and so terrible that it's interesting to watch, and it gives you something to sit there and talk about at the very least. I remember I didn't like Stella when she first came on the show.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time when Stella ripped into Portia in that hospital. I couldn't wait to watch your review that day. And that was literally the first thing how you opened up that review. You said, "Someone pissed me off today." You know who that was? Stella. And then you went, oh, no, I was laughing. I was cracking up. Stella was the original Betty.
Yes.
For Albert, but not for me. See, Betty was the original Betty for me, but Albert could not stand Stella.
I couldn't stand that chick. Oh my God, I couldn't stand her.
But I liked Stella sticking it to Portia at that time, because remember when Portia first came around, how she was coming at Ava?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Ooh,
I wasn't a fan of that at all.
I was so mad. I wanted to rip out all that curly hair out her head. I was so mad. I wanted to hire my best friend to go get her through the TV screen. I mean, Portia used to piss me off like no other. If only I was doing reviews at that time. Oh Lord, I would have really ripped into Portia. Cause then Ava never checked Portia back either.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, granted, you knew why she didn't do it because she was friends with Trina and stuff like that. She wasn't gonna rip into her mom, but yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Granny Wars.
But now, I mean, because even to this day, I honestly still don't really care for Portia, but she doesn't. I don't hate her like I used to. So it's like now she's just kind of there. But when she be giving Spencer attitude, I liked it at first because Spencer finally got a taste of his own medicine. Because think about how nasty Spencer's been to people all his life, pretty much. And nobody's really giving him that energy right back. But Portia's the first one that's really, truly, as an adult, it's giving him that much smoke back outside of when Dex kicked Spencer's behind a few times. But even then, Dex still tolerated a lot of Spencer's verbal abuse. Portia is the one that's giving Spencer that smoke that he deserves. So all in all is fair.
Yeah, I get that. It's actually weird because like for a while I couldn't stand Spencer, and then the minute that Portia came as Spencer, I was like, as much as I don't like Spencer, this chick is pissing me off. And Spencer hasn't done anything lately to sit there and actually piss me off, so I'm actually cool with it. I'm actually cool with Spencer for right now because he hasn't done anything to piss me off.
I'm sure that will change at some point.
Yeah, I know.
Well, then again, right now he finally got him some real deal Hershey chocolate, so he's happy right now. But that won't last for too much longer. Said Portia gonna run in Jordan's face. She'll put her in her place. Not really, because Portia's run her mouth to Jordan too in the past, and Jordan kind of has been more or less patient every time Portia gets in her face too.
Yeah, I'm honestly waiting for Jordan to sit there and finally snap on her because she's been getting a little bit too comfortable, to be honest. I'll sit there and say she's been a little bit too comfortable.
But if you notice, Portia didn't have that attitude with Miss Wu like that.
Oh yeah, no, she was like, oh, how funny. You have Hat Dad, you have Stella being all nasty to her. Portia came in with a different energy, like, yeah, Portia, you know better.
Mm-hmm. She sure didn't. She didn't have the same one because everybody else, Portia looked like she's ready to slap, but she wasn't. She didn't have that energy with Miss Wu. Miss Wu will snatch her up.
I'm disappointed in Selena though at this point because it's like everyone talks to her Like, she's not part of the mob. Like, she can't sit there and be breaking legs and ankles and things of that nature. I'm like, really?
But you know what I blame that on is the snail pace writing, though, because if
Well, yeah,
she was to do all that, then they would have to pick up the story. Because obviously, Sunny wouldn't take that lying down, so they would really to just finally do that. But that's just the snail pace writing of this show. But we could all see it, the writing on the wall. That's definitely gonna come at some point. She's gonna eventually. She's so transparent that we can see she's coming for Sunny eventually.
that's true. I'm waiting for it to happen. I know it's supposed to be Sweeps Week because November's coming up, which I always feel like they don't even. I mean, I feel like they don't even really do Sweeps Week. It's like, I don't know. It's like the SATs or something like that. It's like they just don't do it anymore. Like February, November. I mean, they really do Sweeps Week? Is that even still a thing?
I know it used to be. That was,
Well, a lot of things used to be.
but I think it'll be a. Um, but maybe this November will be good because now we got maybe the regular writers want to prove their worth. They got what they wanted a little bit, so they need to step it up and give us that good storytelling.
I hope it doesn't go back to, because here's the thing, when we got the scap rights, whatever, at least things was moving at somewhat of a good pace. Okay. So now we got the regular writers back. It's like things weren't moving at the pace that we wanted it to, and I'm just hoping that we actually get them to start moving again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping for. But before we end, you want to any last words you want to sit there and say, Mr. Kyrie's Clark?
Let's see. Instead, this is fun as always. It's always a pleasure to do a collab with the greatest live streamer in the world,
Oh
Albert.
my God, thank you.
You are the number one live streamer by far.
Thank you, thank you. You know I can't sit there and do that somebody without my right hand man Kyrie's Clark. So
Of course.
always appreciate having you in the chat, having your energy and everything. So I also just appreciate just you being my friend, just not just in the stream, but just in real life. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a pleasure, everyone. I will see you. Yep, Darby, those damn Logans.
Goddamn Logans. What
Yes, thank y'all.
do you do with them?
And good night, my queen Jessica. And good night, Lashanta. Good night, Alyssa. Good night, Darby. Good night, Sam. Good night, Melanie. Good night, Lashanta again. And everyone else. It has been real. See y'all soon. Peace.
Goddamn Logans. Well, let's actually have a little bit more to drink. Yes, yes. This has actually been very, very fun. Definitely a surprise, but always fun. And again, thank you, Ambassador Sam. Thank you so, so, so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, Jess, Queen Goddess Jess. Have a good night, Ambassador Sam. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Big Nate. Have a good night, Cat Lady. Have a good night, Alyssa. I feel like I'm missing a couple of people. Have a good night, Spiderquake. Have a good night, Melly Mel, my Hurricane. Have a good night, Ron. Ron. I'm missing some more people. Well, you know who you are. If I didn't miss you, oh, have a good night, Jonathan. Excuse me. Have a good night, Darby. Bachelor says, how can we support Kyrie's channel? Um, I will actually leave a link so people can sit there and subscribe to his channel. I'll leave it in my community tab, so definitely check him out. But also, again, thank you, Ambassador Sam. Thank you. Have a good night, Jonathan. Johnson said join us next time for another edition of Soul Chopper Robert Bostic. Thank you, my friend. Have a good night. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Anjanetta. Have a good night, Duan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, if you can sit there and share the videos, we've actually been doing really good. 20 shares, which is effing amazing. And like I said, if you're not a member, definitely think about joining. We're at 74 members. 74 effing members. We got a couple of days. Let's try to get to 80. Try to get to 80. Just six more. Six more. Yes, thank you, Ambassador Sam. No, it was actually really great to have you in the job. No, I doubt it. I doubt it, Darby. I doubt it. He's cool people, so a lot of people like him in the chat. Have a good night, Tracy. Thank you for. Oh my God, thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, I don't think it'll be the last time. He's chill. He's good people. So he's very down to earth. Thank you, Darby. Thank you so much. So have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. I will see y'all tomorrow in the next live stream. Laters.